Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. Today from Hasbro, in their Marvel Legends line, we are featuring Gamerverse Atmosphere Armor Iron Man. So this is an older figure that came out some years ago, back in 2020. I want to say that was during the pandemic era, because I do have memories of hunting for figures during the pandemic and remember seeing the Gamerverse figures on shelves. If you're unfamiliar with this version of Iron Man, it's as he appears in the Avengers video game that was on the Xbox One and on the PlayStation 4. It's a game I started but never completed. The graphics were beautiful. The gameplay was kind of so for me, I had a hard time committing, to like a full playthrough because the gameplay wasn't the greatest. But visually, it was a gorgeous looking game, and they made for some great looking action figures. The Gamerverse Hulk is one of my favorite Hulk figures of all time. That thing is a beast. It's gorgeous. They had a line of Gamerverse figures that were budget scale, and those are fantastic. I remember reviewing those on my channel. And the nice thing with the Gamerverse figures is that the aesthetic of the characters, it's kind of like a weird hybrid between the comic book look and also like the Marvel Cinematic Universe produced by Disney. So it's almost like a weird balance. Like the costumes are like almost realistic enough where you could kind of like almost blend these figures into your like cinematic display if you wanted to, because the presentation is very realistic, and I think they make for some great figures. It's unfortunate they didn't give us figures of all the Gamerverse characters or the different costumes. But the stuff they did give us was very top-notch. Atmosphere Armor Iron Man. Tony Stark developed his cutting-edge atmosphere armor to defend the world against catastrophic threats. And for here, the Build-A-Figure was Joe Fixit. And I do believe that eventually this figure was repackaged as a larger deluxe-sized figure, but with an updated paint job and I think maybe a different head sculpt. Other figures included Gamerverse Captain America, awesome figure, I love that. Marvel's Falcon, which was I think that was a comic book design. We have Jocasta, a comic book inspired Kang, and then Marvel's Thunderstrike. So if you're big into Thor in the 90s, Thunderstrike is for you. Alright, so in terms of accessories, we have the closed fists. We have the Hulk arm right here. We have the Tony Stark head. It's a nice looking head. It's like I was saying earlier with the Gamerverse stuff, they're very realistic. But this does not look like the Robert Downey Jr. head. It's, even though it's a realistic portrayal of Tony Stark, this is from the video game, and it's cool. It almost kind of looks like a different version of Doctor Strange. All you'd have to do is paint the temples gray, and then you have a different Doctor Strange. But I dig it. It's nice to have options. And that brings us to the Atmosphere Armor Iron Man. Lovely shade of blue. It's this awesome metallic candy finish with silver highlights. And the armor, it looks very close to what you'd see like in the live action movies. So, if you want to build up your Iron Man Hall of Armors, this is a great figure to add to your collection. The craftsmanship is done really well. The paint job is really eye-catching. It's such a vibrant and bright colored figure. And the detailing is nice. The sculpting is pretty crisp for the most part. Some of the design elements on the armor, it's kind of like a callback to what we see in the cinematic universe. In terms of the articulation, his head rotates. Does he look up? He does look up, but because of this piece back here, it's going to restrict the movement. Does he look down? Looks down a little bit. You have movement in his arms. His arms won't raise outward all the way because of the shoulder piece here. It collides with the armor. He has a bicep cut, and again, the armor piece collides with the upper piece, so you don't have full swivel movement. Double jointed elbows. He has the socket there, so if you have any repulsor ray accessories, you can plug them in. Does have an ab crunch. Swivel at the waist. Legs kick up. They kick outward. And then his knees bend and ankle articulation. But again, the movement's hindered by all the armor pieces surrounding the foot. And then here's the extra head. Let's get that on here. And that's a great look. So whenever I display my Iron Man figures and they give me the headless design or the helmetless design, I always take the helmet off, slap on the Tony Stark head, and then I kind of pose them like this. I dig this look a lot. It looks really cool. But yeah, great looking figure. You know, if like I said, if you want to build up your Iron Man collection and have like a full-on Hall of Armor display, it's kind of nice that you have this costume here. It really breaks up the monotony of the gold and red armor. But yeah, fantastic figure all around. Great piece to add to your collection. Alright, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.